press start to begin.
3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome back to the Super Bonus Round. We are crossing through Monstro. We have a new crew. Please welcome Mucha Lucha and Hooters.
So, another thing, we were discussing in the last episode. Obviously, I need a motherfucking vacation like the plague. So do you, John. As you stated. And Anime Next is right around the corner, and
job hunting
things
sucks.
are looking great. Things are looking great. It's looking to be lit as fuck with everything that has been discussed in the last episode. I can't wait. It's like June cannot get here any faster.
Well, it'll be a month. It'll soon be a month away.
Yeah, and then so yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to meeting Bryce Papenbrook. Always looking forward to meeting Johnny Young Bosch. It's always a pleasure. Cosplay wrestling, seeing friends. Supposedly, I hear they're open till like 3 a.m. because there's like a dance or something.
Or
I think.
Or it could also be because of the 18+ panels.
Oh yeah, that too.
Those always go till late.
Whammy.
Didn't you and I go to one and it was like really fucked?
I forget.
I think I went with Austin, and we went to a really weird one.
Yeah.
Where they were just showing hentai movies or something. Like I was like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Like
why?
once I would like it was all right when they were just showing like your standard fare, but then when they got really weird, I was like, why am I still here? It's like, look, I want to get out of here, but I also don't want to walk out under the streets of Baltimore right now.
Are we talking about Baltimore or Atlantic City?
No, this was definitely at Otakon. I have not gone to any 18+ panels at That's the one thing that really sucks about Anime Next. They don't have voice actors after dark.
Yeah, well, it's not a juggernaut con like Otakon is. So,
yeah. Oh, that's a great one we could talk about. The voice actors after dark thing. We can't talk too much about it.
Yeah,
like I won't mention who was there or what happened, but I'll talk. Like this memory doesn't require me to mention who was there. So it was a voice actors after dark panel, and like it's your standard fare voice actors saying dirty shit. We couldn't film it or take video because they want to keep their jobs, and I totally understand that. But it got to a point where they have a sign language interpreter for the need assistance with hearing, and then I got to a point where they all started looking at the sign language interpreter to see what it would look like if they said the most fucked up shit possible. They would say like the dirtiest shit, and then they'd immediately glance over to see what the interpreter tried to do. And then the show became all about the interpreter, and it was a laugh riot.
So, the one fond memory I had, I'm not going to mention the name because, again, for the sake of, respect. So
I think this is the boss's final level. No, this level, by the way. Shit, we might be done Riku's portion already. But go ahead.
So I guess like the head person that asks the questions asked one of the voice actors what would be another name for vagina, and this voice actor said another voice actor's name that sounded extremely similar. And I'll give you a hint, played let's just say Edward Elric.
Oh, so, how did I fucking know?
So, and the entire place erupted, like that screaming type laughter. That screaming type laughter when it hit so hard because it was so out of nowhere. It was basically an RKO out of nowhere. That's basically what that was.
I haven't heard laughter like that since I saw the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, you remember the Jackson Pollock joke?
Yeah.
That was the last time I heard laughter that hard.
Or the last time I heard laughter that hard was the Deadpool movie when he punches what's-his-name in the balls and goes, your poor wife. Like, I have never heard laughter like that. Like, I mean, like, that was just bam,
I don't remember the theater in that one too much, though. I mostly remember.
I remember because I was crying from laughing.
Oh, I cannot wait for the reactions for whatever the hell's going to happen in Infinity War.
And I can't wait for Deadpool 2.
I hope that that's good, because I heard a lot of behind-the-scenes shit that went down, and I'm like, oh no, that's the signs that it might be bad.
No, I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna hold it to that, because you know what? A lot of movies have their shit behind the scenes, but you know what? When it comes down to the final print, what shows on the screen, some of them deliver. Some of them do, some of them don't. But because Deadpool 2 is part of that Marvel universe, you know.
It is now.
Well, yeah, but like they're
Thanks,
gonna
Fox, for selling your souls.
They will
literally.
They will deliver. They will. They'll deliver.
Well, it's like you said. It's like you said a couple episodes ago. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
True. True.
Yeah. Holy shit!
That,
I got this done as Riku quick.
But as we know, the two types of genres in terms of movies that always are guaranteed to do well are superhero movies, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
Yeah, DC is on a track record of crap.
Yeah. So and then
except for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was good, but for them, that's like
Wonder
Citizen fucking Kane.
Yeah. And I forget what other one we said. But
no, the only one of the current line is Wonder Woman that's good. The other ones are crap.
No, what I'm saying is the two types of genres. The Marvel Cinematic Universe movies always stand and deliver, and there's another type of genre movie that does deliver as well.
I couldn't even tell you. It's not comedy because that's hit and miss.
No, I remember you saying it. You clearly stated MCU. And
the MCU, I want to say Star Wars, but I remember the prequels.
I think it was Star Wars, I think.
Well, that's the one I'm pretty sure is gonna bomb for sure.
Yeah.
Because
Solo, yes, but
it's been promoted
like
so very little. It's coming out in a month. It's coming out in a month.
The Star Wars movies themselves. I'm talking about Star Wars movies themselves.
And like all the original directors were booted in the middle of the That's the thing that happened with Deadpool. The original director of the first Deadpool quit due to creative differences. I'm like, uh-oh. Whenever that happens,
I know.
It happened to Good Dinosaur. It happened to Brave.
Yeah. But yet Brave delivered though.
Not really. The first half did.
Yeah.
Then it became The Little Mermaid.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, if you break that plot down, it was The Little Mermaid over again, except it was a bear.
Oh, that was the other one. The Marvel Cinematic Universe and basically like any Disney, Pixar, or DreamWorks animation flick. Well, certain ones like How to Train Your Dragon 3 was confirmed.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, hell yes.
I'm thrilled.
I was like, oh hell yes. So
because you know who the creative director behind those movies is, right? Chris Sanders, the voice of and creator of Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. So
I was like, that's why Toothless is so appealing, because he reminds me of Stitch, and Chris Sanders was the director. So there you go.
Also, especially because we had Rise of the Guardians, which was a fantastic movie.
But it's never getting a sequel because it did so poorly.
Yeah,
it came out at a bad time. I think it was poorly marketed.
Yeah,
which is what's happening to Solo.
Like a spin-off, unless they do like a spin-off of just Jack Frost, like Jack Frost on a different story path. That's not necessarily the Guardians, but like because technically the way Rise of the Guardians ended, technically they could make a story off of that. Technically they can. But it obviously had to be done right to an extent that would at least be believable, I guess. Because if you were trying to make because as much as I like, okay,
I think
I'm just gonna say this. I know you're not gonna agree with me, and that's fine. I don't care. I like Despicable Me. I did. I like not for the minions, but because when the first one came out, it was appealing in its way, where it's like, okay, you know, I can get some yucks out of this, and I did. You know, Despicable Me 2 was all right. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the best, but it was all right for my extent.
before he goes
Despicable
on,
Me-
I'm pretty indifferent to the Despicable Me. I fucking hate the Minions, but the movie itself, I'm pretty indifferent to. I never saw the other ones.
Well, again, the Minions were just that stupid ass marketing. You know, had to sell it somehow.
They're yellow
But,
rabbits.
like-
It's what they are.
Yeah, basically. But the way that the story lines up from all three of them, all three movies, it does make sense. It does, like, not in its entirety, but like it makes sense in the way the timeline of it plays out. Like, oh, you know, Gru's, you know, just a single guy, just so happens to adopt 3 kids. Oh yeah, you know, is facing a villain.
And he's the star of a meme.
Yeah. And then in the second one, he joins an agency that goes against villains and meets the love of his life. And then, you know, supposedly they live happily ever after. But then in the third one,
Comes Trey Parker.
Yeah, Trey Parker, which he doesn't do too bad of a job because I like when Trey Parker like brings his creativity to the table, because he knows how to find that balance between crude and, you know, family friendly. You know, so he's able to harness that. And believe it or not, Trey Parker got his inspiration for what he's done from Mike Judge, who created Beavis and Butthead. Like,
Yeah.
Trey Parker.
Oh, I'm supposed to be blowing up those balloons. Shit.
I guess we're getting.
You can keep going. You don't need to be quiet for this one.
No. I got a text message.
Well, I was gonna say, like, as much as I would actually like a Rise of the Guardian sequel, and I did find the concept very fascinating, knowing how Jeffrey Katzenberg thinks, it's not gonna happen.
I know.
I know. His mentality at DreamWorks is, unless it's a multi-billion-dollar hit, don't even bother.
Yeah, it ain't happening. Yeah. I know, but
And it's funny because he was the one who thought Lion King was gonna fail, and he thought Pocahontas was gonna be the big hit. Look how that shit turned out.
And those are two, and that went totally polar opposite.
Yeah, Lion King became the multi-billion-dollar hit that it is now, and Pocahontas fell by the wayside.
And even though Pocahontas was enjoyable, it was enjoyable because, you know, being a Disney film,
It was problematic as hell.
It was problematic as hell, exactly. So, you know, that's why I'm glad I never got into that type of industry, because it's so it can backfire on you quickly.
Yeah.
You know,
The entertainment business is hard.
Oh, it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
It's cutthroat.
I learned all about the shit that Disney's pulled, and as much as I love them as a company, there's also a lot of things about them that I really fucking hate that they did.
Yeah, so
That's why I never want to work for them.
So, you know, it's... But yet, that's what they're there for, to provide us with entertainment.
Yeah, even if they kind of force their way in.
True.
I'm actually not kidding. They actually, like, took some really nasty-ass methods to get to where they are today. Like, it was like after Walt died, not like when he was... So it's not like a root problem. Wow. There's a podcast I listen to called The Diz Unplugged, and they put it the best way. The Walt Disney Company is not what it was when Walt was in charge.
Didn't Michael Eisner take over after Walt Disney?
Not after him, but somebody... Because Walt died in, like, the 50s.
Yeah, so, but, like, I know Michael Eisner was, like...
He was a good and a bad thing for Disney back in the 90s. Like, he got him out of a hole somewhere, but he also put him in other holes.
Yeah, exactly. He was that typical like corporate greedy billionaire businessman.
Yeah, that's why you see him in Family Guy as the come to Disney World, bring money guy. That's what he.
Yeah,
that's what he was.
Basically what he was.
And Bob Iger, well, he bought Marvel and Star Wars, so he brought a shit ton of money for that.
Plus, at least that was a plus, though.
Yeah.
First, you gotta go find Pinocchio.
Yeah, he bought Marvel and Star Wars, so that should tell you plenty. He's still president now.
Who are you? You shouldn't be
So
here.
I wish they would pay their workers
some
at Disney
changes-
World more, but that's a whole other discussion.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion for another day.
Yeah, I don't feel like talking about that right now because better people have.
The name Jiminy Cricket's already spread far and wide. Really? You feeling
Speaking of Disney World, we're in an amusement park right now.
Sora, you say? Gosh,
So hopefully this is as
I don't think
short
I
as
recognize
Riku's was because
the name does have
I don't
a
care for this world all that much.
ring.
I want to
Yeah,
get to
for
the
the
one
most part.
before the last one. That's one of the best worlds in this game.
Wait, did you just see Sora's face when he crossed his arms? He was like, bah.
I must have missed it, but I'll see it in the editing.
Yeah, you'll know. You'll know.
Oh.
Kind of like when he did that.
Hey,
meme.
look, here's some people we haven't seen in a while.
What?
Hey man, we haven't been here in a while.
Slumber. It will stay locked in a dream.
What?
The Donald voice is easily my favorite voice I've done on throughout this channel. I love. It's easy to go into and it doesn't hurt my throat, even though it sounds like
and
it would.
and Yensid, his face is just like is the most priceless thing I've seen in this entire series. Like I can never get tired of it. I just never stop.
It's like somebody fender bendered his car and his face has been that way since.
Or someone slapped him in the back of the head, and that was when he was really pissed off at something, and now it is that way ever since.
So like even at his wedding, his wife is like, oh, it's our wedding day. Why can't you be happy? I never told you, did I? Once somebody slapped me in the back of the head with a brick, and my face has been like this ever since. I am happy.
Very nice to meet
I am
you.
happy,
this is
Clarice,
why-
but just understand, a brick to the back of the head did this, and now I'm like this forever.
Oh yeah.
And just remember, Clarice, if anything ever happens to me, just remember that I told you hello.
God damn it.
Sorry, he has that. Again, I'm not gonna get into that, but it's just.
Oh yes.
I've said it time and time again, and I will not stop. I regret nothing.
Loaf around and
And then she's like, okay, so we fucking or what?
poor lost Pinocchio.
Because it was their honeymoon they were talking about this.
Wandered in here on my watch.
All right, that's an image I don't want to get out. Pop it into my head.
Oh Christ.
Stop that.
If there's Rule 34 of Yensid, do not tell me.
No, but what I'm saying is just the way you're describing it. Oh, it's on their honeymoons, and what music typically happens on honeymoons.
Well, because I was thinking like it's tradition that you should not see the person you're marrying until after you've wed on the day of your wedding.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
how?
know.
I was trying to do the logistics for the joke. I'm like, wait a minute. The day of your wedding, you're not allowed to see the other person until you walk down the aisle.
They
I was like, so I'm trying to make sense of this. That's the only place I'd imagine they would have that conversation if it was when they were getting
Sounds
married.
like you were horsing around.
But I snuck
Yeah.
off when they weren't looking.
And Jiminy Cricket is giving Pinocchio the business.
Yeah.
My nose. What's
Pinocchio,
happening?
why do you have a Woody?
You see where those tall tales will get you?
Because he's been lying.
All true. Even
Yep.
the fella in the black clothes who said to play a trick on Sora.
What? Now who was he? I've had just about enough of your fibbing. Hold on. I guess that part was true.
Yeah, no shit, Jiminy. My nose didn't grow
Did that man
big.
in black say anything else to you?
That's how you spell Pinocchio. Holy shit.
He sure did.
I've been wanting to know how you spell that for years.
Hey, look at that.
That star again. The Blue Fairy.
No, that's just a glow effect in Photoshop. Oh, never mind. There she is.
Why, Pinocchio? What has happened to your nose?
You're
Oh,
fucking lying, that's what.
Perhaps you haven't been telling the truth, Pinocchio.
Q,
Sir
why the fuck
Jiminy?
you lying? Why you always lying?
Well, you see,
Pinocchio,
Your Honor.
why the fuck you lying?
Miss Fairy.
Oh,
Why you
please help
always
me.
lying?
I'm awful sorry.
Oh my god.
No, my God.
Allow me to keep
That's my favorite part.
until it's as plain as the nose on your face.
I didn't get that people were using that as a joke. Like, it's just a screen cap of that guy when people like post like lies and then that guy's the response. I was like, I didn't get it until I heard that song.
Just as well be made of wood.
We'll be good, won't we?
Very well. But this is the
A boy who
last
won't be
time
good
I
might
can
just
help
as well
you.
be made of wood. That I like that. Thanks, Blue Fairy. I won't ever lie again. It grows again. God fucking damn it.
He'll turn into a donkey like
Or
the
better
rest
yet,
of
the
them.
fairy actually
Right.
becomes a real
Then let me
person.
help you find
turns
him,
around when Pinocchio's behind her.
Everyone's becoming
How
donkeys.
in the world do you know
Jiminy.
Pinocchio?
No,
Th-
not
th-
better
that-
yet.
Jiminy, I know what you wanted to say because it's not the 30s anymore. You can't say it.
Gosh.
But
that is
anyway,
Pinocchio.
All aboard, Jiminy.
so
Take it away.
random thought. What we were just talking about, the blue fairy actually becomes, like real, like as in like a human, like
Yeah.
human flesh, and Pinocchio is behind her after she turns around, and then and Pinocchio says that he'll never lie again, and then apparently his nose grows, and then she goes "Ooh!" because something poked her in the rear.
And that's where we're gonna end this episode. So next time on the Zero bonus round, we're gonna go talk to that creepy ass clown. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
See ya.
Jesus Christ.